Live, there we go. What is up, YouTube? Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel, Thursday live show. For those of you that are returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back. Those of you that are new or your first time here on the channel, each and every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time here in the US, we're live right here on this channel. Bookmark my YouTube channel and just come on back on Thursday nights and you're a part of the chat. It's up there on that side. And speaking of the chat, a lot of people, I had like 32 people waiting before I jumped on here. So I'm going to say hello to a few people. We're going to jump into two very big topics I have to talk to you guys about tonight. Thanks, everybody, for all the awesome posts in the Facebook group and on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff this week. You guys are awesome. We had a great week. Sales could have been better today, but the rest of the weekend and week was pretty good on sales. Just got done watching Game of Thrones that I've been trying to actually get into. Finally got into it. I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm at, though, because I don't want anyone to ruin it for me. So that's what I've been up to today. I had to pull myself together for this show because I have felt out of it, no doubt about it. But let's check in on the chat and see what everyone has going on. A lot of regulars. I saw a ton of you guys already in the chat. I saw Adam and Resale Dude, and I saw Nike Boxes here. Treasure Hustlers, what's going on, Carl? Catherine, Tag Popper. Haven't seen that name in a little while. I'm sure you've been here. Lots and lots of people. Joe H, nobody's got time for best offers, but I've got time to wait for Casey. Well, thank you for waiting. Really appreciate that. Chunky Onion, I saw you there. I saw a ton of people. Amazon seller was in there, wrapping up the chat. So thank you guys. Star, I see Star. Hey, Star, what's up? Thomas, out in Sefner. Lots of people all over. Georgia Dogs, sorry about the loss to Alabama, but man, Nick Saban is the man, no doubt about it. What's happening, Kelly, David, Beth, Casey, Connie, everybody? Now, for everyone that's watching this later, not watching this live, let's jump into the two topics we're going to talk about tonight. Number one, you guys may have seen the news story, and I'm going to do a screen share here in a minute. But basically, Sam's Club, a lot of Sam's Club locations, and maybe somebody saw the count, but was it 20 or 30 of them just closed up shop out of nowhere? Like, employees showed up for work this morning and there was no job. Like, literally no job. Like, the Sam's Clubs were just shuttered with a sign that just said, sorry for the inconvenience, we're closed. So, like, crazy that Sam's Club closed up. And what's even crazier, you guys may have seen the news story. It started yesterday. It was also big news today, was that Walmart raised its wages, Walmart employee wages, to $11 an hour. I don't know what it was previous. Was it like 9 and change or something? Maybe 10 bucks, but up to $11. So if you get a job at Walmart, you can guarantee yourself $11 an hour, which is pretty good. A pretty good starting wage for working at Walmart. I mean, a 40-hour week is 440 bucks. You can't live off of that. I mean, I guess you could, but that's not bad for working at Walmart. But the same day they announced that, they closed dozens of whatever the number was of Sam's Clubs. So that is like something to that. And so our South Tampa Sam's Club was always on fire, closing. That's crazy. And they didn't let the employees know beforehand. That's right. So one of the crucial controversial parts of this was that they're supposed to tell the employees, the workers, like 30 or 60 days, I think 60 days prior to laying them off or closing, that they're supposed to know this. And they didn't let them know. And so there's two when is the Sam's Club liquidation sale? Yeah, absolutely. What's going on, Smart Deals? So there's two sides to this that affect us as resellers and online sellers and business owners. So one is, it's just more of that brick and mortar closing out. So some of the rumors that I heard was that they're going to become online fulfillment centers for Walmart's online orders. So turn the light on, Casey. Oh yeah, let me grab a light. I don't have a light for you guys. Hang on one second. I got to turn the volume off anyway. It's really loud. Sorry about that. I just remembered that I didn't have a light set up for you guys. Give me a second. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I was all psyched. I was all hyped up to come on live with you guys, and I didn't even set up my light. This is like amateur YouTube hour right here. Woo! YouTube and eBay 101 is, you need a light. There we go. We got lights. Rookie mistakes. Okay, so back to it. Now we got light. Yeah, so they said they're going to become online fulfillment centers for Walmart online orders. So why aren't the employees who were laid off or fired from Sam's Club being used to, I guess, cover those shifts for the online fulfillment center? It may be because it's going to take them several months to get them ready, I guess. If you're having buffering problems, just refresh. And I'm just reading through the chat, so just give me a second here. Golden Finger Picker in the chat. I think somebody just said hello. I didn't see him. There he is. I hate Walmart anyways. It looks like quite a few of my local Sam's Clubs are closing. So it may be more than a few dozen. South Tampa, Del Mabry, yep. The salty old guys here. They want to hire them at a lower rate, probably. No, this is just some green tea tonight. I am just not feeling it tonight. I am out of it. So anyways, that's the story on Walmart. So side one of this is that e-commerce shutting down more brick and mortar. Not surprising, but Walmart, you know, Sam's Club, Walmart, the big dog is, you know, feeling the crunch from this. So I have been in the black hole of the Walmart death camp conspiracies. That's funny. Kelly, good point. So the second side of this that is really, really kind of e-commerce pushing is that the online sales are hurting the brick and mortar side of this, and that's why they're turning these into online fulfillment centers. But the second part of my video is about, and this is, I don't want to scare anyone, nobody get crazy, but Donald Trump has been talking and pushing, and the government in general, I think a lot of Republicans, about this sales tax issue, that the reason that big box and brick and mortar are hurt so bad over e-commerce is that they're not paying, you know, the brick and mortars have to pay all these sales taxes that a lot of online, especially third-party onlines like us, get away with not paying. And it is true to a point. It's true to the point where like, okay, so some of you are Amazon sellers and you ship stuff to other warehouses. Like we're going to use like my toilet paper towel roll holder thing from last week. So this is you, and this is your building in Florida, and your customers come in and they're like, hey, I buy stuff, you pay sales tax from eBay or Amazon or whatever. But then Amazon has you send your product over here to California's warehouse. And then you're selling stuff to people in California. You're supposed to contact California way out here, file to pay sales tax with California, and then pay them their sales tax anytime somebody from California buys your product. Most people don't do that. Trust me, most don't do it. And the states know it. The government knows it. They know that people are avoiding it. Most people, like myself, are only going to pay in the state. Now, I do not have FBA inventory outside of the state, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm exempt. I only pay here. But a lot of people do, and they don't pay it. And they're losing a lot of money. It's hundreds of millions of dollars. So they were thinking, and no one's got a format or a way to do it. And logistically, it would be a nightmare. But people were thinking of, you know, government people, of a way to make it almost like a universal sales tax for online sellers, where it would all be collected. You'd pay one place, and then they would distribute the money to the states as they saw fit, or as that number of buyers from X state, you know, the whole deal. Because every state has every county has a different percentage. So they would kind of have to come up with a more universal way. That's why I say logistically it would be a nightmare. But Trump's biggest thing for this, and we're not going to talk political, we're not going to talk Trump, we're not going to do any of this. The thing about the government and Trump doing this, and specifically Trump for this matter, is he hates Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon. Donald Trump absolutely despises Jeff Bezos. Like, they do not get along at all. And it's been news, it's been noted. And so Trump wants to direct the sales tax requirement to go through Amazon specifically, but it would tail end over to eBay and other platforms. It would be e-commerce in general, in order to make it a more fair playing field. So for a lot of you that may not know this, a long time ago, Amazon, when they first started popping up with these warehouses, now they've got hundreds, but when they only had a few dozen, they had to start paying the sales tax for all the way across Amazon's platform, even though they didn't have warehouses in every state. And that law is Obama era. Obama put that law in and said that any business that does over $1 million online has to pay sales tax no matter where they're located. For people like us, it's in our nexus. But once you hit $1 million, it's period. So Amazon said, well, obviously we're $1 million company. If we're going to have to pay sales tax across the entire United States, well, we're just going to go ahead and drop a warehouse in every state. And so that's what they did. And so that law is not a Trump law. That actually goes back to an Obama era law. Trump is just trying to slap Bezos in the face, essentially. Now, I can't say that I agree or disagree. We're not going to talk political. I just don't care about who wants the law, who doesn't, who likes who. But the topic of sales tax in general, of should we be paying sales tax across every state? It's very hard for a third party, seller like us that has not a lot of money and not a lot of infrastructure to keep track of that. The time it would take, unless we were paying one place. The only difference I would see on our sales side would be everyone would be charging sales tax on eBay. Every purchase you made on eBay would have an extra sales tax at the end, which would cause the cost of stuff to go up. That's it. So, so I'm going to read the chat. I can't imagine what the chat looks like. I've missed a lot, but let's look through it real quick. Fanatics Boutique, thank you so much. What about eBay and sales tax? Just going over that right now. State of Washington now has Amazon collect sales tax directly for all sellers. That is true. Amazon's corporate headquarters, for those of you that don't know, is in Washington. Good point, Amazon seller. Let's see. Trump is off base. Third-party retailers are losing money due to the cost of maintaining face-to-face business. Rental lease, electric, Destiny. Yeah, the costs are definitely through the roof. Some of it because of the government, some of it because of Trump, some of it not because of Trump, some of it from Obama back in the day. This has kind of become a combination of a lot of things that happened between Obama, about that time, some of the laws he put in, some of the things Trump is doing. There's kind of this big, you can't blame one person. That's all I'm going to say. Is Trump jealous of Bezos? It's possible. Bezos is $105 million. How would sales tax hurt Bezos? It shouldn't, in theory, hurt him, but a lot of shoppers get turned off when places auto-collect sales tax, so it could discourage buying. That's kind of it. Trump's big issue with Bezos is, yes, he owns the Washington Post. It's exactly right, Thomas. He talks negatively about him. So they do have a feud. There's no doubt about it. Red Neckerson Resales at $1.72 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. Fake news. I don't think it's fake news. Yeah, 388 people. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like button if you do. Like button? Yeah, 105 billion, not million. My bad. How can this affect sellers? So it's going to force you to make every, either you're going to have to make every one of your listings charge sales tax. This is way down the road, guys. That's why I said at the beginning, don't get scared yet. This is, even if this became law, this would be a year to 2 to 4 years down the road. This is not going to happen in 2018. Probably not in 2019. I would say the earliest this happens is 2020. At that point, we may not have a President Trump. Who knows? So, and Golden Finger Picker is right. It's the Congress that makes the law. It has a lot of steps to go through. Trump can just suggest some laws, and it has to roll through the House and Congress. So 100% right. Don't get scared. Even if the law got introduced, it would have a lot of steps to take before it became law. So don't get scared. However, I will say, and I want somebody to bookmark this video, sales tax is going to change somehow, some way. I'm not certain they're going to get a universal policy that seems way drastic and what we have now. Somewhere in the middle, they're going to start figuring out a way to collect sales tax from small sellers more, because they are losing a ton of money. I'm not saying I agree with it because it kills us, but they want their piece of the pie. We all know the government wants it, and they typically get what they want. So we're not talking politics. I just want to keep this on the sales tax topic of like how sales tax could affect sellers going forward. So, but Chad put it in there correctly. Chad Goldenfinger, absolutely right. If any law did come to fruition, it has a lot of steps. The House, Congress and the House, it's got to go through the Senate. It's got to get approved. It's got to be, a lot of steps to go before a law actually becomes a law, especially tax law. Look what it took to get this tax cut done. So just something to think about. just something, you know, sales tax wise. I know a lot of people already take care of their sales tax. A lot of people don't understand the sales tax. Sales tax is very easy to understand. And it's just something, you know, inside of your state to keep track of. If you're not doing over $1 million, which most of you are not, most of us are not. And if you are not storing inventory outside of your state, like at an Amazon warehouse or another warehouse that you own or rent, then it's really straightforward. Collect it for your state, pay it, and you're done. So that's pretty much it. I do want to take some questions over in the chat, and I want to talk to you guys. What do you think about, you know, Walmart raising wages and then closing down Sam's Clubs, about e-commerce crushing more brick and mortar, which is crazy, and just that topic on that side outside of the sales tax side. Who accepts reseller certificates? I use them all over the place. The sales tax certificates I use at pawn shops. I've used them at Target and Walmart. I've used them at thrift stores. I've used them all over the place. Gorilla Picker. Casey, if it's used, why would it be taxed twice? So that's a good question. Even though the merchandise is used and resold on eBay, they still require you as a transaction to collect sales tax on it. A lot of people think that because it's been handled and originally paid the sales tax on it, that you don't have to pay the sales tax on it again. It's just not true. Actually, here in Florida, we have what's called a tangible tax law. And let's say, for example, this chair that I'm sitting in. I bought this, and I'm just making this up, but let's say I bought this last year for $100. And I paid my sales tax, my $7 on it. So the bill was $107. Next year, a year later, my tangible tax here in Florida, anything I use for a business, it is here. I'm not throwing it away, not selling it, and not using it as a material to create a product, is tangibly taxable. This is a tangible item I use in my business every day. So is this laptop, so is this camera, so is that light. All of these tangible items technically fall under a tangible tax law. Google that up, Florida tangible tax. You'll see what I'm talking about. They can basically tax me multiple times for items I've already paid on it. It's not cool. It's not just e-commerce. Walmart has mismanaged their assets for years. Last year, they closed all their Walmart Express stores. Thomas with another great point. I did see a story about the Walmart Express going away. Sam's Club live and dies with a 15% margin. No way to make money. Plus Costco ate their lunch. I will agree with that. Resell flips and t-shirts. I think that Costco is much, much better than Sam's Club and destroyed them. Walmart sticks to what Walmart's good at. Costco is good at the club warehouse bulk purchasing side of it. That is Costco's bread and butter. They do it better than anyone. I agree. Taxation is theft. I don't know about that. You know, the last time some people said taxation was theft, they threw a bunch of tea over into the harbor. So don't forget about that. You think we ever see the day where people take Starbucks and just start dumping Starbucks over into like the Boston Harbor or something? The Boston Starbucks party. Is that how it goes down? I guess it could, right? Hold on, I'm going to screen share with you guys for a second. This is the little story that I read earlier on, give me a second. I'm going to show you. You guys can probably see this, right? Hold on. Where'd it go? You guys can see that, right? So this is like CNN Money that did this story. I don't watch CNN or read too much CNN. This was just the one that I saw. Yeah, so anyways, people were asking for refunds on social media. I'll link this down below after the video is over. But 3 locations in the state were slated to close on January 26th, 419 employees. It says the employers must give the workers 60 days. So there's the sign they tossed up. And it looks like there was like dozens of them. All the White House said was that they raised minimum wage and that was a good thing. Well, it is, but at the end of the day, they just fired a lot of people. So pretty crazy story. I'll link that down below after this is over. If you guys want to just go check out the story, you can Google it. I mean, there's 100 stories that blew up all over the internet today. So just one more brick and mortar. There's a link. I put it in the chat. I'll also put it down in the description box afterwards. 63 closing, Thomas says. 400 people watching. John Gabriel, thank you so much. There's 114 likes, so thank you guys. If you haven't hit the like button, I'm not one to beg for likes, not my thing, but it really does help, and I really do appreciate it, so I won't beg you guys. But if you do feel you like this video, you like my information, and it helps you, it informs you, it educates you, it does any kind of good for you, then please do. Thank you guys. Yeah, Fred, did somebody see a lady try to return a dead Christmas tree? I did see that. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Destiny says by raising the minimum wage, they were hiding the bad news of Sam's Club. That's entirely possible. Walmart did that. Beauty Lover, Deborah, is saying that Sam's Club will reopen to liquidate after today. If you have a Sam's Club that closed near you, this was my other point of this video, it's possible you're going to pick up some really good retail arbitrage at the locations. Go find out if they're liquidating. Call them, show up there tomorrow, try to find out when they're reopening. You could even do it on social media. If you find out anything, feel free to comment down below if you want to create competition for yourself. But there's a lot of, Thomas said 60 some locations. So there could be a lot of liquidating going on. There could be a lot of merchandise, and ignore that. But that could be an opportunity to buy some good stuff. So keep that in mind. Is the new tax law going to help corporations? It depends on your, whether you're an LLC, a C Corp, or an S Corp. It's also going to depend on your other factors. Do you own a home? Are you married? Are you single? Do you have children? Those are all going to affect it. In general, most people with children are going to do better. Just FYI. Most married people are going to do better. A lot of single rich people are going to do worse. My dog's barking, yeah. Mark Paul says he lives near one of the top grossing Walmarts in America. You cannot go down any aisle, even at 1 a.m. Sam's Club down the street gets almost zero business. Mark, what area is that Walmart in? Just FYI. Is there a list of locations? I will try to find one and put it in the video if I find one in the description box afterwards. I don't think there's a comprehensive list, but I'll do my best. P.S. to all reseller friends, Amazon has 100 McCafe K-Cups for $40 giving back. Nice, Destiny. Destiny's sharing the loot. I might have to get married, Casey, to cut down on my my expenses. Yeah, single. I have to file single, of course, not married. And I don't fall in the rich. By single rich people getting worse taxes, I mean, I believe it was the people that do over 250,000. And for me, that would have to be net. I don't think they're going to base that on gross. Obviously, my gross is more than that, but my net is definitely not that. So I do not use the government website for health insurance. I have Cigna Direct, Cigna Private. I think it's a PPO plan. I pay a little over, it's like $205 a month with dental and with vision. I get my insurance is really good. Contact Cigna if you want. It's a really good insurance. It's like basic dental, dental checkups and cleanings included, vision, eye exams included, and then I get discounts on my contacts. I wear contacts if you don't know. And then I get discounts, and coverage on dental stuff, and then medical insurance. It's got a prescription plan. I pay like $20 or something, $200 a month. It's like 90-10. It's pretty well covered. So definitely worth looking into Cigna if you need private insurance. It's on USA Today with the list of closing. Yeah, you can Google it. Closings of Sam's Club closing list. Online sales tax is by your state, and in some states it's broken down in counties. Here in Florida, it's 6%. And then we also pay what's called a county surtax, which is different for every county. My county is 1%, so I pay 7 total. The next county over is 0.5%, so they pay 6.5. So it just depends. Rockstar Wedding. Sears Canada closed Monday. Yeah, a lot of Sears closed in Canada. Cigna seems to be really good. I've never had a problem with Cigna having, I don't really go to the doctors or do anything. I did go for my arm a couple months back. You guys know when I was in Vegas, my arm was killing me. On the way back, it was killing me. I finally caved and went, and it was literally like $30 to see the doctor. I got the exam. He would have x-rayed it if he needed. I got pain medicine for like $20, and it took care of it. Everything's good. And so Cigna was really good insurance, really good. Sears should close. It sucks. What Cigna did you say you use? The Cigna that I use, give me a second. It's through Freedom Life Insurance. I think it's a PPO. Give me 1 second. I'll grab my card for you guys. I think I have it right here. My Cigna, sharing the health insurance on the internet. I think I have it right here. Give me a second. Yeah, I do have it. This is Cigna PPO. Cigna, and then the dental is Cigna through Dentamax. So I'll show you guys just in case you guys want to look it up. That is my health insurance Cigna PPO. It's really good for business owners. They help you out too. And then they use a third party for the dental. Cigna handles the health and the vision, and then Dentamax handles the dental. So, and I pay $204 or $205 a month for it. It's really good. You can't really get insurance cheaper than that. I mean, I'm 30. I signed up as a 32-year-old male. So, business insurance or individual? It is individual. It is an individual private health insurance plan, and you can just call them up, or you can go right on their website and fill it out. You can contact Freedom Life Insurance of America, and they'll get you hooked up with it. Did a really good job. So, screen share programs that I use. I'm using Google Hangouts to present this show to you guys when I am filming for my recorded videos. This I use for my videos most of the time. It's a Canon G7X. And then if you see me capturing my screen to record to you guys, I am using a MacBook program called Wirecast. It's an expensive $200 or $300 program. I got it half off on Black Friday a couple years back. I love it. If you don't want to spend the money, you can use OBS, Open Broadcast Software for Mac or PC, free, and it will screen record just the same as my Wirecast, but just without all the features. So, how's the eBay insurance for top-rated power sellers? Not familiar with that. That's a question I'd have to ask. How do you pay sales tax or figure out how much you owe? Very easy. So if you're paying for your state only, you would either charge sales tax on eBay or Amazon, and they'll keep a report for you. If you don't, then you need to go to your sales report for each month, download that report, and then you need to sort your sales by the state and then total them up and multiply it by the percentage that your state charges. And then you would send that money in. You can also go to your local Department of Revenue website and fill out the sales tax forms to get set up, or contact a CPA, which is what I absolutely recommend if you need help. I am not a CPA, not legal accountant, and cannot give you advice, but that's your best bet. OBS is a really good program. So, all right. I appreciate everyone. 360 people. Make sure you guys do give a thumbs up. What will the tax bill do to eBay sellers? It doesn't target eBay or online sellers. It's just if you happen to make certain amounts. It's only going to affect you if you make certain amounts of money. And again, if you're married versus owning a home, etc. Destiny Nicholansky, thank you. Just sent me the list, so I will post that after the video. She sent me the list of the closings. Thank you a million times. Accounting software that I recommend, I use QuickBooks Online. You're also welcome to use GoDaddy, which is another good website. I'm going to show you guys. I'll just screen share and just show you. Give me a second. Here we go. This is my QuickBooks in case you guys. This is one of my QuickBooks. I actually have two because I separate my businesses into two separate things. This is just what the QuickBooks looks like when you log in. You'll have invoices, expenses, your bank accounts. You can link your bank accounts, your profit loss, your sales. And so you can just, insert sales or insert expenses. If you have workers, reports, taxes, it's got a lot of great stuff. This runs me, I paid $155 for the whole year. And so this is my QuickBooks, and you guys are certainly welcome. Like, you can click on expenses. Here, I'll show you guys. You just click on expenses. And here you go. You can see where I paid PayPal fees or paid, the postal service for shipping labels. This was probably a Sunday. eBay fees that I paid, other stuff that I've paid so far this year, is already totaled for the year. I've already spent whatever. I don't even know. How much was that? Like $800? $864 I spent on fees and shipping and a couple other random things. In the first, I only did this through the 8th, but anyways, so this is how it's set up. It's pretty cool. What's that? Come to like $15 a month. You can get this $14 a month. So I recommend this. Also, GoDaddy's really good. A lot of people love it. So that's what I use. I like it. So for a whole year, it's pretty cheap. Yeah, 150, 160 bucks. Did you get a discount code? No, I was unable to get a hold of anybody at QuickBooks. Please, if you're at QuickBooks and you're watching this, reach out to me. I can sign you up a bunch of people. I'd love to help you out, but I need a discount code or I'm not going to give it to them. You can upload eBay stuff into QuickBooks and GoDaddy. I do not because it tends to duplicate it and have a problem. I just do it manually. It's really easy. Yes, the online version does track cost of goods sold. Here, I'll show you guys again. I think a lot of people are really interested in the accounting side. Give me a second here. Let me click on screen share. So I'll show you guys just really quick. If you didn't watch my video, I have a video. Watch it from the other day. But here's the screen, and then under expenses, when you bring it up, do you see the list here? So do you see the right-hand side? Commissions and fees, shipping and delivery, cost of goods sold, advertising cost, commissions and fees, shipping, cost of goods sold. So yes, there is absolutely, payroll liabilities. This is, payroll for me. And so this is all, things. And then you can come over here to sales and you could see a lot, like eBay sales, eBay sales, eBay sales, eBay sales. You could track all this stuff, eBay sales. This is all just from the last, 3 days. These are all eBay sales. And so I've just been inserting them manually. And so that's essentially how it works. It's very, very easy. They have, drop downs. And then here on the pie chart, you can see I've paid $303 in commissions and fees. And that's what I categorize my eBay and PayPal fees as. And I can sort them by eBay and PayPal. I've spent $37 on cost of goods. I've got a lot more to put in. I've got a couple $100 more to put in. $30 on advertising. That would be if you bought business cards or banners or whatever. And then $494 on shipping and delivery expenses. That's my shipping labels, bubble wrap, whatever I buy for that stuff. And then obviously, sales and income, $2,877. But I think this is through like the 8th or 9th. So, and I've got a lot more to put in. I've been slacking for a couple of days, but I'm going to get it all caught up tonight. So as long as you work on this and keep it up every couple of days, you end up being okay. Just don't slack on it. I do. Once I get 2 or 3 days behind, I get annoyed. But really good program. It works really well. Do I enter all my inventory? No, I don't. Cost of goods sold for me is cost average. So every time I spend money, I just insert it as a cost of goods in there. If you sell out of state, you don't own sales tax unless you have inventory in that state, like an Amazon warehouse. Joe, I don't like it for eBay and PayPal auto uploading. I manually input it all. That's for me. I had no idea that Sam's Club was about to close locations. No idea. Have a good night, Jeff Housestead. Thank you so much, buddy, for always being here. I missed that, but good night. I think GoDaddy's better for the importing, but I like QuickBooks better myself. So, Jessica, have a wonderful night. Thank you guys so much for watching. Cost averaging is the best. Absolutely agree with Thomas there. Makes it a lot easier to insert. Trust me. Much, much easier. Do you pay taxes on excess inventory? No, the IRS is going to ask you what the value of your inventory is at the end of the year going forward. And so you can insert that, and then you'll have a starting cost of inventory next year. I really love GoDaddy. A lot of people love GoDaddy. I have never used it personally. I've seen it used by people. It looks like a great program. I just am preferential to QuickBooks. That's just me. So, and GoDaddy is good for beginners. Absolutely. I live in Europe and sell on eBay USA. Do I have to pay sales tax? I don't know, Sammy. I wouldn't think so, but I have no idea. Thrifty T loving GoDaddy. A lot of people doing GoDaddy. Yeah, Scott Angel, you can replay this video. The first 10 minutes of it are about the sales tax possibilities. GoDaddy isn't an accounting software. GoDaddy is. Can you do payroll on GoDaddy? I'm not positive. Get yourself a cheap CPA. Have a good one, Golden Finger. Chad leaving out. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. John Frost, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mark Paul, great point. Anyone who joined late. Donald Trump does not make tax laws or any laws. Any sales tax law that would be proposed would have to make its way through Congress and through the Senate and then to Trump's desk. It is way down the road. Even if they get something drawn up in the next few months, it would be a year to 2 years minimum, maybe 3. So keep that in mind. When you use cash at a garage sale, you need to keep an invoice book. Get yourself an invoice book. Write down every time the date, how much you spent, where you were, what you bought, whatever, and then keep that as your record, your receipt. Just like if you went to the Salvation Army and you spent money, just like I just did, instead of having this, you'll have your receipt book. Exactly the same. The IRS will accept that for a cash business. They absolutely will. No, it is not law yet. There is no sales tax laws beyond what is already in place. Thomas has a good point. It probably won't happen in an election year. This is an election year for midterms. This is our senators and our congressmen at 18. The president is not till 20. So it's possible they could try to get something out next year in 2019. But I don't know about that. I don't know if it would happen. Deb had to do chores before she was allowed on YouTube. Well, better late than never, Deb. Better late than never. Vintage electronics is a very niche market, and that stuff sells very good. So don't ever turn your eyes or your nose up to vintage electronics. No doubt about that. Great stuff to sell. Mileage, really good. Mile IQ is a really good app. QuickBooks is offering 50% off right now. Great tip. Jump on QuickBooks. James, I have charged shipping on a few items, but not often. How likely are you to be audited if it's your first year reporting eBay sales? If you didn't do a ton of sales, probably not very likely. Just be honest with it. There's no reason to hide anything. I did my employees at normal. They were not 1099. They were regular W-2 employees, W-4, whatever it was. And they got direct deposits every week right out of my bank account. Fred says vintage electronics don't sell. Star, what's up? Star. Yep, tell Paul we said hello. I'm going to let everyone go out. I got to go finish watching some more Game of Thrones. I'm not telling anyone how far I made it, though, because y'all are dirty. Y'all will ruin Game of Thrones for me. I already know it. Yes, I know the first person that matters who dies, so you can't ruin anything for me. I've never used PayPal mileage. Sorry. Never used it. Sorry. Paul says the internet, they're going to have to start paying sales tax. Yeah, I know. I use a sole owner LLC, by the way. Everybody dies. I know. Have a wonderful night. There's incest, I heard. I heard that too. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go watch people die and incest and all that stuff. Hopefully my video doesn't get demonetized for that or kicked off of YouTube. But thank you guys so much. Do your research. Don't get scared. Sales tax laws aren't changing for a year or two. Just be aware of sales tax. Make sure you're educated and all that good stuff. And pray for all the people that lost their jobs today at Sam's Club that hopefully they can get a job at Costco. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Star, Paul, Deb, Thomas, everybody, all you guys, Adam, Thrifty T. I can't say goodnight to all of you fast enough. And Boehner, up in my favorite town, coming to see you sometime soon. Good night, Chunky Onion, Treasure Hustlers, Cosmic, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you next time.